Hi, CYB202. The professor asked me to demo Lab 4, and so I will. So this is the lab PDF, and I'm going to download both of the disk images. Now in this case I already have them downloaded, so I'm going to just import the machines. Now before I do that, I want to create the NAT network. So I'm going to go to Network Manager, create a NAT network. So just for clarity, this is what some of you will see where you have no NAT network, and I just click the button to create one, and I'm going to keep the default name because it's not important. Then I'm going to import my I guess I'll do this one. Kali and onion. Okay. So the way I'm going to conduct this lab is I'm not going to edit this video or remove any details. So it doesn't matter what I consider important. If you have the video, you should be able to reproduce everything that I do. The onion machine does not need 8 gigabytes. I'm going to give it 4 gigabytes because that is more in line with something your system could do. I was able to complete the lab with just 2 gigabytes on the onion machine, but it was terrible, and I wouldn't do it again. The Kali machine only needs 2 gigabytes. It's very lean. Okay. Not sure why this one only has so little VRAM. Okay, next let's just give them all the same NAT network. Okay. Okay. So, IPA is short for IP address. You can use IP80DDR also. So, I'm just going to type that into less. I guess it would be helpful for you to be able to see my keyboard. That's shift slash or shift backslash. ENP0S3. I believe I can say I can't say dev. Whatever. Okay. ENP0S3. That's the IP address of, or 10.02.15 is the IP address of the onions interface. So I'm just going to test that from Kali. I can ping that interface. Now, for Kali, it's a little simpler because there are fewer virtual interfaces. I'm going to ping the Kali machine from the onion machine. They can both ping each other, so that's good. Okay, I guess I'm going to start filling out the... Yes, I am actually going to do this part. And I think this is a long time coming because I kind of want you guys to know exactly how I intend you to fill this out, because people have some ideas of fantastically diverse ways of submitting their homework, and no, don't do that. Okay. Vendor IP address and the attacker IP address provided screenshot. Cool. The other thing, okay, so don't necessarily do a box. Like if I hope that you guys can see this overlay. Don't do this. This is not what I want to see. I want to see more information. I want to see the entire window. I want to see what the window is called, for example. Okay. Is he going to copy that? Ah, good. Okay. So the defender, this is the defender, is 0.2.15, and this is my evidence of that. Yep. This is basically what I want to see. Okay. Let's disable that firewall. All right, there's the output from Snort. What I see is, okay, I see a couple things. Let's freeze this for just a sec. So here's what I see right here. I see 10.0.2.4, which is the IP address of the attacker. Good grief, enough. Thank you. Oh shoot. If your terminal gets stuck like this, where typing doesn't have any output, type like reset. There we go. Yes, that's how you do it. No, 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 no. get just some of this. I'm just going to copy this. And okay, so here's what I notice. I notice 10.0.2.4, that is clearly the attacker's IP address. We know this because we recorded it, and the colon separates the IP address from the port. We can see that the port is above like the 46,000 range, which indicates like an ephemeral port. 10.0.2.15 is the defender's IP address, :22. So it's pretty clear to me that these are in fact IP addresses. So what I'm going to write down for, I don't know if it's heading 3, is source and destination of defender's console, as I'm just going to say, it's going to be source see, do I have bidirectional? I do not have bidirectional clipboard. That's more like it. Okay. Output of the defender's screen. Now you could do something like this. This is not what's important. This is what's important. Although probably I wouldn't. I'd take either. I'd take any of them really. Wow. Okay. Step. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I'll take this one too. Let's shrink these a little so the page size is sane. Is that better? No, not even close. All right, now we're cooking with gas. Okay. Let's see, is that everything? No, this one's duplicated. That was kind of foolish. Yeah. There's no extra credit for struggling with LibreOffice. I just refuse to pay for Microsoft Word. Yeah, that is appropriate. Okay, let's continue. Okay, none of this is important. I don't think any of this has any homework. Okay. Write a rule that logs attempts to connect HTTP from any host. Okay. Write a rule that logs attempts to connect to HTTP from any host not on the... Okay. So this is going to be either 80 or 8080. I don't actually remember how we do multiple ports, so I'm just going to Google that. Okay. Brackets with commas, that'll work. It's not on there. From any host not. That looks good to me. Okay, yeah, this is this one's kind of an ordeal. So need to be careful about this. Yes, I see many people who make the mistake of let's see, can I see many people make the mistake of not having a space in here. This is where I think experience using Linux would be helpful, because you would never expect to have copy with only one argument. Plus, you can also just copy the whole thing like, well, okay, I guess there's a new line in there. You would never expect to have CP with only one argument. Do you want to explain 3 different rules? Scan.rules file. I really don't want to use more. I'm going to use nano here. So how many of these are there anyway? There's like 20? Okay. That's kind of weird. Not sure exactly why there's that one looking for port 10.10.1. I don't see like why that would be there. I'm assuming that Dr. Malik put that in there to see if anyone would notice it. Alright, let's just get a screenshot of that. Right. So we'll say show and explain 3 different rules. I would take that. CyberCop. What is that? That's interesting. What does that say? CyberCop. Huh. Arachnids. I actually don't know what that means. Okay, let's modify it. First of all, I'm going to see if he wants a screenshot of this. No screenshots. Okay, that's good. I don't have to record any of this. Oh yeah, if you're having trouble copying and pasting, first of all, it's middle mouse click. Second, you want to go to devices, shared clipboard, bidirectional, or at the very least, host to guest. What does the C do? I don't really care. Oh, I guess Control-Shift-V also works. Okay, so in order to do search by line, so in Nano, it's going to be Control-Shift-Dash. Okay. No, that's wrong. I did not copy that correctly. Yep. Okay. Control, no. Wow, that's very useful. Okay. Control-Shift-Dash 199. Okay. I do not remember the key combo to actually write in Nano. Okay. I should probably make a backup of this. Yeah, I don't really know what the CyberCop is for. Okay, this is important. I get a feeling that some people are missing this, and as a result, not doing the alert. Or should that be log? Okay. Be careful about copying and pasting. There's implicit new lines. You don't want that. You don't need that noise. Nice. Okay, let's go. We're just going to let that run, and then we're going to see. Oh, would you look at that? We're getting logs. So what are we noticing? We are noticing Snort or Nmap is using random IP addresses and it's trying to contact not random IP addresses. Look at this. It talked to like 22 like 100 times. Attack is done. Hit control C on the defender. Check the alerts file. Relate it to the scan files. I might side with the students on this one. Well, actually, you know what? This is what it's referring to. So here's what I'm thinking. Actually, if I look at this, what I notice, and I'm going to show you something cool you can actually do with this, okay? Check this out. Let's do this. Let's use grep for :22 in this file. You can see a bunch of instances, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to use extended regex, and I'm going to do O to only print regex matches. What I'm going to grep for is any number of digits, well, at least one digit after a colon. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sort these, and then we're going to find the unique ones. That's interesting. I kind of thought Snort was only logging TCP requests that were actually answered, because if you look at the actual Nmap report here, you can see that only 3 or 4 ports are open. We can probably let's see, exactly 22. Question is, what comes after the 22? Nothing. It's just end of the line. So we're going to put a caret. No, is it a $? Yeah, $sign is end of the line. The reason we're doing this is we don't want to catch like 222. We want to catch just 22s. That's funny. So here's what I noted. No, I'm going to do WC word count line. I noticed 80 times they tried to contact connect to port 22, but for port 222 only once. So one thing I'm going to say is that if you look at the scan results, which show that port 22 is open, I don't know why Nmap is still going. This is ridiculous. What I see is that for the ports, like for example, port 443, that were noted to be open. Oh, that's interesting. It didn't get to port 443 yet? Huh. Is it done? Is it frozen? Whatever, it's almost done. It only froze like a minute ago, so I'm probably content to just leave it. Just, you don't actually have to use more, you can use less or tail, but like, just for propriety, I'm gonna do this the way they told you to. And I'm going to say, just, oh, all right. It's done now. So what I'm going to say is that it's pretty clear that Nmap was scanning port 22, and I can actually see here that there are a lot of attempts, or at least one attempt, to contact port 22, also port just 22, so that's what I'm going to say right here. Yo, Saad, it's going to be great if by the time I'm finished I realize that this wasn't recording.
Ready?
It's going to be great if I finish and realize this wasn't recording and I have to do all of this over again.
And you know what?
You want to say hi to the students?
And you know what?
What?
And
How long is this now?
the videos that you gave me, like 2 days ago,
Oh wait, this, okay.
they didn't have any audio.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what you said. But this one does have audio. You need to, it's probably a Linux thing.
Okay.
Dude, I'm gonna put this on YouTube. I'm gonna have a YouTube channel.
And then I'm gonna make a video from there.
On a YouTube channel? Are you gonna deep fake this? Dude, can you make Bella Delphine give people like programming advice? Can you deep fake her? Man, what a time to be alive. Was that record? Oh,
Okay, bye.
bye. Where were we? 22. This one. Yeah, that's probably good enough. What is... Hey man, I said I was gonna record everything. What is snort? Not just incoming, any sort of, not just TCP, fuck, what is it? It's IP. Did I curse? Oh, sorry. Y'all adults. That is good enough. True detector. Snort 2 and snort 3. I actually don't know. Oh, snort 3 is multi-threaded. Yep. Let's see if it is obsolete. I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no, just because it's still being developed. I don't really think it's obsolete. Looks like, let's see when the initial release was. Nah, man, I don't think that's obsolete. Actually, this is interesting. Do you see what Wikipedia said about this? One of the greatest pieces of open source software of all time. Well, shut up then. It's not plagiarism if you copy Wikipedia. You're so annoying. Yeah, that'll work. In a real-time environment, no, I wouldn't. I personally would not have everything enabled, just because well, for one, I don't want to have massive logs. I would say I would probably probably on my public-facing networks, I would have it like watching maybe my exposed ports and like watching and logging. For my internal networks, I'd probably watch for anything. Just because if someone's gotten inside your internal network, you're very vulnerable, in my opinion. I don't want people enumerating my network. There's going to be things like SSH exposed on my internal network. I'm just going to go with signature-based. Oh, what? So it's both? Source? I haven't seen anything for anomaly detection. I'm going to maintain this. Other types of IDS, Well, I guess besides the fact that Cisco crapped on it. Actually, no, Bunzeek. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's useful, but can it actually look for, like, it says there aren't, like, anomalies. Yeah, okay. I want to look for things like, for example, are they probing us with negative pagination indices so they can try to detect some sort of buffer underflow vulnerability like Microsoft's IIS used to have? That was very serious. This is interesting. Well.
That packet is processed by Sync for error. The snort preprocessors allow us to snort rotary, or perceives it. Not only does it
That's interesting. This one's actually got me stuck. I'm sure there are some limitations, but I actually don't know what they are. To be honest, I feel like what they're going for is that it's slower. I'm just probably gonna go with that one. Well, it did actually mention excess false positives, didn't they? I honestly don't understand any of these. Okay, I'm just gonna put lost for all of these. So that's basically how I would fill this out. And then I'm just gonna export this as a PDF because that's kind of more convenient. Yeah. That's interesting. I can barely see that. Kind of zoom in. Yeah, that is kind of how I would like to see your submission. If you follow this video, you can probably get through this whole lab. That's everything.